guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make this smiley face granny square. This is one of my most popular patterns, so yeah, let's get into it. So all you're going to need is two different colours of Aran yarn. I'm using the Drops Paris one. And then you can either use a 4mm hook or a 3mm hook, depending what you're using the square for. I like to use a 3mm hook to make the stitches much tighter. That's the one that I used here, but the recommended hook for the yarn is a 4mm hook, so it's up to you. And you're going to need a darning needle and some scissors. Okay, so let's begin with the first colour. I'm going to do the opposite to this square, so I'm going to start with the light pink. So I'm going to begin by creating a magic ring like this. If you're not a fan of the magic ring, you can chain 4 and slip stitch into the first chain, and then there's your ring. Then we'll begin crocheting into the ring. So once you've got your magic ring, we're going to chain 3, which counts as the first double crochet, and then we're going to double crochet another 11 into the ring. So in total we should have 12 double crochets. And then we're going to pull this to make the ring much tighter. And then to finish off round 1, we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. So you can see 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to slip stitch into this top bit. Like that. And I like to pull it nice and tight so that we can't see it in the next round. Then for round 2, we're going to do the same. We're going to chain 3, which counts as the first double crochet, and then we're going to do another double crochet into that space where we just chained 3. So it's a little bit tight, but we do another double crochet in there like that, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch round. So in total we should have 24 stitches at the end. So that's that round done. So like I said before, we should have a total of 24 stitches all the way around. And then we're going to do the same as before. We're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. So into here. Like that. And then again, pull it nice and tight. And then for round 3, we're going to chain 3. Again, this counts as the first double crochet. We're going to go ahead and double crochet again into the same space. Like that. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And we're going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So we're going to do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So now we have 1 stitch left, so you should end with 1 double crochet, like that. And then again, we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, so up here. Like that, pull nice and tight. And then we're going to chain 3, which counts as the first double crochet. Going to double crochet into the same stitch, And then for this round, we're going to be doing 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then 2 double crochet into the next stitch. So the pattern is 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches and then 2 double crochet into the 3rd stitch. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. So at the end of this round, you should have 48 stitches in total. So I'll meet you back at the end. So I'm back towards the end. I've got 2 stitches left, so we're going to do 1 double crochet in each of those to finish off. And as I said before, we should have a total of 48 stitches now. This is our final round for this section, so we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 again. This time, don't pull it too tight, leave it nice and loose. Chain 1 to finish off, and then cut your yarn and pull through like that. So then for the next bit, we want to go ahead and grab our second colour. You can join your yarn in any of the stitches, so I'm just going to go ahead and join it here. And we're going to chain 4 like that. And then we're going to do a treble crochet into the same stitch, so yarn over twice. And we're going to go into the same stitch like that. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. And I'm weaving in my yarn as I go at the back like that. Then we're going to half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then single crochet into the next 2. Half double crochet into the next 2. Double crochet into the next 2. Like that. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do 2 treble crochet into the same stitch. Then we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to do 2 treble crochet into the next stitch. And then that's one side done. So we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. And then we're going to do 1 half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1 single crochet into the next 2. 1 half double crochet into the next 2. And again, I'm going to now weave in this end as well whilst I'm here. And then a double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Then we're going to do 2 treble crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2. And then 2 treble crochet into the next stitch. And we're just going to repeat this process all the way around until we get back to the start. And then you should have 1 stitch left, so then we're going to go ahead and do 2 treble crochet into that stitch. And then we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of this chain 4. Like that. And then I like to pull this one nice and tight. Okay, so then that's the end of round 5. And for round 6, we're going to go ahead and chain 3, which counts as the first double crochet. And then we're going to double crochet into each of the stitches until we get to the corner. Okay, so now we're at the corner. So in each of the corners, we're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, and then another 2 double crochet in the same space. Like that. And we're just going to repeat this all the way around, so I'll come back to you when we get back to this corner. Okay, so we're back at the final corner, so I'm going to go ahead and do my 2 double crochet, chain 2, and do 2 double crochet into this space. And then what I like to do is, just so that there's not too many gaps, I like to just slip stitch into not the chain 3 but the next double crochet, so into this one, slip stitch like that, so then it closes it up quite nicely, and then chain 1 and cut your yarn. There we go. So then there is our square, and now we're going to go ahead and sew the smiley face on. We're going to want to use the same colour of yarn, and we're going to use our darning needle. So thread your darning needle, and then decide which way you want to do your smiley face. I like to do it this way, so that you see these little gaps. I like to sew over those so that it closes them up a little bit. I'm going to insert my darning needle here between round 3, and I'm going to pull through quite a bit of yarn just to make sure that I've got enough to sew the whole thing. And then I think I'm going to go, so you can do this however you want to. I'm going to go into here, and that's our first eye, and I'm just going to do that again in the exact same place, like that. And then we're going to go back through the back, and we're going to insert our hook here again in round 3, and we're going to sew a little line here into round 4 like that. Then we're going to insert our needle in the middle of that through the back like that, and then we're going to start sewing the mouth. So I'm going to insert my needle here, and then for the mouth we're going to be using the back stitch, so we'll insert our hook into the next space like this, and we'll basically work backwards like that, and again into the next, and we'll just continue to do this until we've got the full mouth. So then when you think your mouth is nice and even, so this is how I measure it, I kind of hold that up to make sure it's straight. And then we're going to do our final back stitch. Like that. And then we're going to insert our hook over here in round 4 so that we can create the little line like we did on the opposite side. So then we'll insert it into round 3 like that. So then we've got our mouth. And now we're going to try our best to get it even with the other eye. So we're going to insert our hook here in between round 2. Doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, that looks about right. And then we'll insert our needle into round 3 like that. And then again, we'll repeat the same thing. And there we go. So the way that I like to then finish it off is I turn it over and we've got all of our ends. So I'm going to ignore this end for now. And the way that I like to make sure that the smile is nice and secure is I tie these 2 pieces in a knot. Not too tight because you don't want it to pull the smiley face too tight and ruin it. So we're going to tie this in a knot. Like that. And then you can cut these ends a little bit shorter, and then I'm going to weave these in to this section. So I'll come back once I've done that. Okay, so there we go. All of my ends are weaved in. That's how it looks at the back. And yeah, all done. So this one I did with the 3mm hook, and this one I did with the 4mm hook. So it's up to you which one you want to do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what other tutorials you would like to see.